I bring you warm greetings from the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. I bring you warm greetings from the people of Guyana. And I bring you warm greetings from the President of Guyana, Dr. Irfan Ali, to our President, President John Dramani Mahama, and to the people of Ghana. We gather here today to share a watershed moment, not only for Cybele Energy, but for the Republic of Guyana and Ghana, and the trajectory that African enterprises have come to stay on a global stage. There's only one person who can take credit for this journey. And I give that credit and the glory to God. There's lots of people more intelligent than I am. There's lots of people more savvy than I am. There's lots of people who've worked harder than I could ever work. But God saw me fit to lead this initiative. He saw me fit to bridge this gap between Guyana and Ghana. And my commitment to the people of Guyana and the people of Ghana is that I will take this assignment seriously. On December 9th at 9:53 a.m., there was a seismic shift in the landscape of oil and gas globally. Under the leadership of President Irfan Ali, the Guyana government had done what most governments have not done. Plow back a year ago, same week, the leadership of Ghana had done what even the United States still struggles with. President John Dramani Mahama had made and appointed the first female vice president of Ghana. Two countries seem to know what we may not be tapped onto yet. But hear me when I say this. If you're a woman, if you're a girl child, and you've never believed that it's possible, the time is now. We have the leadership in these two countries who will support us to be the best that we can be. Ladies, we're now in a no excuse zone. We will no longer take the path of least resistance. I'm not going to dare to say, if I can do it, you can do it. But you can bloom where you're planted. You can stand to be counted. You can be that woman that knows that you live in a country that will support you to be the best that you can be. That you can participate in the economic growth of your country. And it does not matter what sector. What truly matters, ladies and gentlemen, is that you be excellent at what you do. What matters is that you have integrity. What truly matters is that your word be honorable and you have integrity. Personal integrity and professional integrity. Success is not the absence of difficulty. It's been a lot of flights. It's been a lot of time away from family. It's been quite a journey. But this journey is never fought by yourself. I did have a formidable team. A team that believed in me. A team that believed in the seismic shift that's happening in the country of Guyana. I'm proud to say Guyana today is the largest oil producer per capita. What does that mean for us? It means we can no longer have a fishbowl approach to say our opportunities are only in Ghana. We do have a sister country called Guyana. The leadership is excellent. The Ministry of Natural Resources, whom I had the utmost privilege of interacting with, is a young and vibrant ministry. But I tell you, they are the most formidable team I've had the pleasure to work with. We learned the meaning of efficiency. I do not remember if we ever sent in any questions without getting a response within 48 hours. That is unheard of in most governments, as we all can attest to. There's so many people who make this possible. I stand on the shoulders of giants. Some of those giants, and a lot of them did not have my title to be the lead, but quite honestly, without them, I wouldn't be standing here. Kwesi, please stand up. Data repository. There's lots of times now, where exactly is this document? Where is that document? Kwesi, did this go? Yeah, madam, don't worry about it. I'm going to find it. Kwesi, thank you. Hard work truly pays. The signature of this petroleum sharing agreement, as the first African-owned company and the first female-owned, has a lot of positive implications for us as a nation. It means that we have a pathway. We can retrace that transatlantic route, which was used for slavery. It will now be used for economic growth and development. I have a self-imposed, intentional commitment to make sure that the people of Guyana feel our presence. We must leave a legacy that when this opportunity was given to us, we not only did right by the government, the regulatory institutions, but we also did right by the people of Guyana. It's our assignment, it's our mandate. Therefore, we will have a rigorous local content policy. What that means is that local content is not for Ghanaians because you are not locals of Guyana. Well, here's what I will encourage. We have a lot of talent in Ghana, in not just the oil and gas industry, in agribusiness, in mining sector, in tech, in all of that. This is a welcoming country. The initiative will be transfer of technology, transfer of talents, collaboration. If we as Ghanaians can go to Guyana, partner with the Guyanese people, and it doesn't matter how small the business could be. It could be in healthcare, it could be in oil and gas, it could be in tech. But that collaboration is what leads to continuous growth. So I stand in this gap as a bridge, holding the hands on both sides to say the time is now Let's look to Guyana as a positive country to do business with. South America is not too far. Looks far on the map, but one flight to New York, and the next flight you'll be in Georgetown. Block S7 starts its exploration phase now. It's going to take the next 5 years, and we know that only good things will come from that. The exploration also engenders a lot of work. And so I will highly, highly recommend that for those of us who have specialized skill sets, we need capacity building. And we need capacity building. I know we need capacity building in the sector in Ghana, but we also need it in Guyana. Our doors are open. We don't have all the answers, and what we don't know, we won't ask. What we can do, you will know. I'm very grateful to be in a position where we can make changes, where we can do things differently. To the girl child, look at STEM programs. Look at engineering. I know it always sounds scary from a distance, but sometimes when you get closer, it may not be as scary as it looks. So let's focus on what matters. I know how distracting social media can be, but it's going to take a lot of discipline to understand that you are the main architect of your own destiny. What God puts in your hands, it's up to you to take it to the next level. I will be remiss if I do not recognize the people who have made this journey a little bit easier. I want to give a special thanks to our senior board member tolerating me throughout this period. You know, your support system is all you have. And so when we take on this journey, the most important thing is family. I am proof positive that when you set your mind to it, when you lean on the right pillars, miracles can happen. To my mother, to my husband, to my children, to my siblings who are here present, Chelsea, my daughter, Kojo, my brother, Kenny, my sister, Nicholas, my brother, thank you for just being you. For the prayers. I know Dr. Appiah stands as the chairman of Commonwealth. But I tell you, when I left to go to Guyana a couple of weeks ago, he met me at the airport. And he goes, I have a gift for you. I have a gift. I go, okay, let's see this gift. It was communion wine. And the 48 laws of power. Thank you, John. To my sister friends, my brother, Sammy and Muriel, I wouldn't be here without you. I'm so grateful for your love, your support. Sally, Davidson, the list goes on and on and on. If I couldn't remember to say your name, please charge it to my head and not my heart. The journey, a lot of inclement weather, a lot of mist, aircrafts, and quite honestly, I walked from the plane to the hotel and to the signing without 2 minutes of sleep. We are ordinary people, but with the right team, with the right support, we can do extraordinary things. With understanding who we are, with understanding the force that makes us tick, we can build nations that would surpass the trajectory that we've ever been on. So this is a clarion call for us to wake up. We are done complaining. We must put our words into action. Nations are just not built by governments. Nations are built by people. It takes a collective effort. We must depart from the notion of waiting for handouts. We must lean in and make sure that we put our best foot forward. There comes a time when we recognize that without our own teams being in place, nothing happens for us. Therefore, it is my unbridled gratitude to all of you hearing to say, I am humbled by your presence. And I ask you to hold me accountable. I ask you to hold me accountable to the people of Guyana and to the people of Ghana. Because when you're not held accountable, you will not act on your commitment. Thank you for taking the time off your busy schedules. And as I leave here, I just want us to remember one thing. And I'll borrow from my favorite President Barack Obama. And I quote, that block by block, brick by brick, callous hand by callous hand, ordinary men and women, and I repeat, women, can do extraordinary things. Thank you. Somewhere, somehow, I'm not gender sensitive. I look for excellence, and so a lot of times, plenty of things fly over my head. And I may not realize what that was until possibly a week or two later, if not a month, but at that point it's inconsequential. I don't know that there's any industry you go to where you will not find gender sensitivity, right? And my cure to that is to say, focus on what you can accomplish. You're going to have a lot of obstacles. There are obstacles in my industry. I know, I see one of the executives from Schlumberger, and there's so many competent women who do not get to the levels they're supposed to get to. Meritorious, but they never get there. But I'm also here to say, if you stay in excellence, that's in gender, you would find the ones who look for that competence, who make sure that they need the best in the room. regardless of what gender you are, because the show must go on. And so it's about managing you, and don't get distracted by who believes in you and who doesn't, because eventually your excellence would speak for itself. And the next generation, I'm sure a lot of people in my generation are concerned. And it's a serious concern, because there's a distraction that's unprecedented. And so instead of focusing on the kind of work that could build you and the kind of work that could take you to the next level, unfortunately, there's the distractions from social media of soft life, of you can get rich quick, and it's tough. Sometimes I think it's very difficult to manage the distractions that they have to face. But like I said, this is proof positive that success is not absent of challenges. If I wanted to go into the challenges that I've been through in my career, we may stay here till Christmas Day. So the time is now. For as much as there are challenges, there's also a ton of opportunities. I don't think there's been any other time that there's been this much opportunities in the world globally. Because now you can have commerce with people you never knew before. And at the same time, the risk portfolio is just as high. Therefore, your due diligence is imperative. Trust is such a rare commodity these days. But you must ask yourself, are you one that can be trusted? Be it in business or in your personal life. So they still need to have their own personal KPIs. Next generation, you need integrity. You need discipline. You need hard work. You need less distractions. And so the whole idea of I need to be in front of a camera, I need you to see me, and do what with you. So you must be highly focused, because the competition is steep. Our young ones in Ghana, they're competing with kids in Asia, whose culture is embedded in discipline. And yet, we're spending time copying things that are irrelevant to our future. I hope there's gonna be a day when I can say I want to invest in a girls' academy for leadership and make that affordable to our young girls. Because unfortunately, the narrative that's going to them is very, very dismal. And so it takes each and every one of us to be mentors in whichever way that we can. It still takes that village. And they must realize they have their village. And so, next generation, there's tons of opportunities, but do your due diligence. Lean on pillars, not on fast tracks. I think it's doable. I think the internet, you have a lot of opportunities to learn, but choose what you learn. Because for as much as you can learn the shortcuts, the bad things, you can also learn great things that can propel you into the trajectory of global power.
He plays it in the cool of the moon, and so Mondays have come. Your friend Joe. Mondays. Najwa, gentle, like the ripples caused in a still pool by a smooth pebble. Today you have rippled to the world, and so we come to crown it with a medal of kings. Mothers, will you join me? Sir, will you help me? Okay. Adjoa, a lot of things have been laid to your charge. Please, you have the chance to do the rest of the world as though to take wings and fly. Mother, you bring this one over. Gently. Please, you spread out. Over, right there. Exactly. No, still spread out. Adjoa, you just stay spread out. Thank you. Mother, under the arm. My people. And so may her first steps land right. Yeah. When the world sees her, let them know she's a queen. Yeah. And that she comes from a place where miracles are a daily occurrence. Yeah. This venture will succeed. And so we say, Jinyame, that is the only way it will fail. And then Ghana and Guyana, two neighbors. Even if we fight, everything that we gain is for our common good. And then we have Asisiga. Asisiga is a stool of kings, that place of royalty. We wish we had one to sit you on, but may every seat you're behind touch be a throne. Have I spoken now? Have I spoken now? Ladies and gentlemen, this is how we are going to work in the face of the world. Yes, I do. Please, you have your left hand. You have your right. The right is preferred. Let us beat our chest and then feel our hearts and let's revere.
Can we have the members on the days come and join our queen?